Good morning. I had a couple of questions on homework 4.5, particularly a couple of things in number 5. So as I look at number 5, the first thing that I'm going to do here to find my transformations is factor the number out in front of x. So I'm going to pull out a negative 3. So I'm going to do x minus 2. Remember, everything inside changes your x, and so we always multiply x first. So I see that I will be multiplying x, I'm going to put this in parentheses, by negative 1/3. Well, that actually is going to get two descriptions. If I multiply my x's by a negative, that's a reflection over your y. And if I multiply by 1/3, that's a horizontal compression by 1/3. And then next, I can see that I'm going to be going right 2. And those would need to come in that order. You have to multiply your x's before you add your x's. And then on the outside, we have your y movements. So I'm going to be multiplying my y by 2. So that's a vertical stretch by 2. And then d would be down 3. And again, those have to come in this particular order because you're multiplying your y's and subtracting your y's. You see something very similar in D part, and in D you do have to factor there before you can translate. So A is going to be multiplying by a negative, which is a reflection over your y. B, you can see that you're going to go right 3. You have C, which is a negative 3, so that actually gets two descriptions. When you multiply your y's by a negative, that's a reflection over your x, and then you see a vertical stretch by 3. I had someone comment that they, on 1B, that I left the negative off the answer key, so I've got that there. I divided by a negative and then solved the problem so we can see that the answer there should be negative 1, which is less than 3/2. All right, let's take a look at number 4 for just a few moments. So again, before I translate, I'm going to factor out this 1/3. So I end up getting x plus 3 there. So A movement will be a horizontal stretch by 3. B is going to go left 3. Those both change x's. C is going to actually have two movements. It's negative, so that's a reflection over your x-axis, and then a vertical stretch by 2. And then D is going to be down 1. And those both change y movements. So we're going to take this point, negative 2, 5, and apply these transformations to it. So let's just start with the x. So first, my x is negative 2. If I do a horizontal stretch by 3, that negative 2 becomes negative 6. And then left 3 would mean I need to subtract, so I'll have negative 9. Let's take our y. Our y is currently 5. I'm going to do a reflection over the x and vertical stretch. In other words, I can just take y and multiply it by negative 2. So 5 becomes negative 10. And then down 1, I'll be subtracting. And so there's our ordered pairs.